Normally when you think bard, you're going to be thinking somebody who plays a lute, or the flute, maybe. But today I wanted to explore a different kind of bard, the DJ. Before getting started on the video, check out my shirt. This shirt was done by Obvious Mimic, and it's my favorite of their shirts. Their shirts have awesome designs that take a mix of our world with a bit of D&D, mixes them together, and bam, you come out with some awesome stuff. They also have tourist shirts for Waterdeep and the Underdark, and many other places that you've probably adventured to. These can make an awesome Christmas gift if you have someone in your life who loves D&D as much as you do. But with that, my friends, let's jump into the build. The concept for this build is that we're a DJ, so we're going to be taking spells and any choices along the way that help us replicate that playstyle. I'm thinking of special effects, loud noises, light shows, so let's go. For our leveling structure, I want to go mostly into Bard, but in order to get that techno flavor, we're going to be going a bit into Artificer as well. So let's say 3 levels Artificer, the rest Bard. As for our stats, we're going to want Intelligence and Charisma. Charisma being the more important because obviously we're more invested in Bard, but Intelligence is still going to be our secondary, with Constitution be our tertiary. Anything left over, just throw into our Wisdom to buffer our Wisdom saves a bit. As for our lineage, I went Gith Zerai. Not only does it fit the kind of futuristic techno vibe, but they also are great at mitigating damage. They come with the shield spell to mitigate attacks. It's a fantastic spell, we all know that, and it's great that we can pick it up on a lineage that we weren't going to get it anywhere else on this build. Additionally, they give us advantage on frightened and charm checks. Now, we may not have the best wisdom in the game, but by going this lineage, we largely buffer it because many of the wisdom checks are going to fall in one of those 2 categories. Overall, it's a really solid selection for this build. By going into Artificer 1, we are going to get Constitution saves, which are going to be fantastic because we are going to be a concentration caster. Second, it's going to give us medium armor and shield proficiency, which is a huge buff to Bard's defenses. So we're going to take advantage of those right away. Let's talk about spells. First, we're going to pick up Booming Blade. Eventually, we're going to be doing Booming Blade combos, and I do like how it's a sound-based attack, so we can mix it with something sound-flavored later down the road. As for now, we can get a laser show going with either Ray of Frost or Firebolt, something along those lines. I'm going to also pick up Absorb Elements, a little less flavorful, but we have dropped our dex completely, so this will really help with our dex saves. And by that, I don't mean it covers dex saves. What I mean is many dex saves are element-based attacks, and this buffers them. But there are going to be situations that we have to make dex saves that Absorb Elements will not help with. Just a clarification. Level 2, we're going to pick up our pretty standard infusions. Enhanced defense and enhanced weapon are great options, and we're going to be using those here. Level 3, we're going to go Armorer Artificer. This is going to allow us to drop the medium armor in lieu of heavy armor. So this gives us a lot of defense at this point. We have shield, heavy armor, and then we have pretty good save defense and Absorb Elements, our Githyanki's ability to have advantage on charmed and frightened checks, and then just being a Artificer gives us Constitution save. So we've already rounded out our defense here pretty dang well. And when I think about our armor model, I'm thinking like Daft Punk or Deadmau5 is another one where we're at an EDM concert and we have this cool, weird techno outfit on, and that is kind of what I'm thinking for our armor model. So here's kind of a fun choice for us. You have 2 different armor types, and we're going to flavor these as 2 different DJ setups. You have the Guardian armor, which focuses on having these loud booming speakers in close range. Or you have the Infiltrator armor, which has the lightning launcher, which can be like a laser show. So it can be set up more for the visuals. And that's kind of what I want to play with our spells as well. We're either sound-based with the big speakers, or we're visual-based with the lasers. So you can take something like Fairy Fire and have it be that you have a bunch of lasers kind of pointing out enemies so they stand out. Or you can take something like Thunder Wave and have that be your speakers just booming and blasting people away from you. You can have magic missiles be actual lasers in your laser show, or you can have something like Catapult be where you're just booming music so loud that it launches something. It's more of a flavor perspective for this build than it is this super optimized point A, point B. Just a way of tuning your Bard to be unique. Level 4, we're going Bard. We pick up new spells here. Almighty Silvery Barbs, which can be a moment where we play some obnoxious music while somebody's trying to do something really important. We distract them and ruin their plans. We're also going to be getting Bardic Inspiration, which is a great bonus action to mix in with everything else we're doing. Bardic Inspiration is just amazing in general. Really skill-based, one of my favorite features in the game, so I'm happy to pick it up here. This theme continues. We're just going to continue going up in Bard. We're going to get better at Bardic Inspiration. We're going to get some things along the way, but mostly what we're focused on is taking spells that fit the theme. The next really big level for us is going to be level 6. At Bard 3 or our level 6, I'm going to be going into the College of Glamour. Not only is it just perfect for the flavor of this character, it's also great. I love this subclass. We're going to be picking up the Mantle of Inspiration. This gives us an alternative and likely better way to use our Bardic Inspiration. It's going to allow us to play music, inspire our allies, get get them dancing, and it's going to give them temporary HP, as well as allow them to move without taking opportunity attacks. This can be used in many different ways, extremely flexible, but some ideas include using it to get an ally away from an enemy before you run up and then hit them with your thunder gauntlets or your speakers so that they're now trained in on you, so you're effectively defending your team. Alternatively, you can use it to get your allies to push forward so your front line gets to the enemies quicker, and then you can use it to, at the same time, separate your back line from your front line and create distance between you and the fight up front. This is good if you're using infiltrator armor, for example. Turns out, as a bonus action, increasing your team's tankiness as well as mobility is just really fantastic. We also get enthralling performance. This is more for out of combat. We have the chance to charm people who listen to us for a minute outside of combat, but again, that's perfect for this performer who wants to get people to listen to a new style of music and to create a fan base from there. We're also going to be getting expertise. This is a good time to pick up some face skills. I'm thinking performance is going to be top of that list, but you're probably going to also want something like persuasion or intimidation or so on. Bard 3 is apparently a massive level because we also get second level spells here. The ones I'm mainly looking at are Warding Wind, which can be like sound waves pushing people away from you. We can get Mirror Image, which is great with our laser show to fool people. It could be a lot of fun with our special effects budget. It can also be used in performances to give us backup dancers or the like. Or Shatter, which of course is a giant blast of noise to just wreck people's eardrums. You can have Phantasmal Force be the special effects of your machinery, or you can have Hold Person be where they're just so enthralled with your music that they can't even move. At Bard 4, we get our first ASI, and we're going to be looking to max out our charisma as soon as possible, so let's take that here. Level 8 or Bard 5, we get third level spells. Hypnotic Pattern stands out to me as both fitting the flavor and it's just ridiculously powerful. We also get Bardic Inspiration on a short rest, so we can now use Mantle of Inspiration more often. At level 9 or Bard 6, we get Mantle of Majesty. Now this one, you kind of give commands as a bonus action once you set it up. It's kind of a fight-winning spell built into an ability. The idea behind this one is maybe like a country line dance, except the techno version where your song is telling people what to do, you know, jump to the left. So you're basically calling out to the crowd and they're doing their little hops around, and it could be fun. Overall, we're looking at a mix between thunder damage, illusions, and enchantments is overall the main idea behind this. Taking spells that mix well with the Mantle of Majesty, which does take your concentration, is a good idea, so mixing in some non-concentration spells is going to be wise. But overall, we've managed to get a solid AC, solid saves, and then ultimately we're a high-level spellcaster, so we're still going to be having third-level spells, and the main idea behind this is have fun with your flavor, and this is just a flavor idea. But with that, my friends, I hope you have yourselves an incredible day, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you then.